Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I am just getting myself situated. Hopefully, there we go. Looks like I'm doing the right thing. There we are. All right. Hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Tuesday. It's a little warmer, actually. I went for a walk today and yesterday with the dog because it actually feels balmy outside. It's like, I think it was 25 today, 30 yesterday. So it felt super warm. And it was a good little walk. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to let the dog in because she got locked out. Come on, come in. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. I know, you're so cute. Okay, so Shelby's joining us today. She's gonna be a good girl. Right, puppy? All right, so today I thought I would share with you a project featuring the Simply Beautiful bundle, which is one of the ones we're featuring in the craft along later this month. Today's the very last day to join because I need to place the order in order to get everything out for you guys in time for the week-long craft along with 4 of my stamping friends. We're each going to do 2 projects a day on a live video in a special Facebook group. So that will be really fun. Hi, Deb. So I hope you can join us, but today is the last day to register. So I will show you a sneak peek of my 2 projects. But there'll be 10 projects total because, like I said, we're each doing 2 projects a day. So let's go ahead and flip this around so we can get started. All right. So, and I forgot to put a craft mat out here. So these are my 2 projects. We're featuring the Woolly Friends bundle. Unfortunately, the punch is not available at the moment, but we'll send you the stamp set. I have that as an option to add on in the registration process. And then you can either grab the punch on your own or I can send it to you later. And then this is my other one, which is featuring the same stamp set we're going to use today. So those are my 2 projects, and that's just 2 of 10 as part of the craft along. So I think that will be really fun. Also part of the event, you will get a full roll, again, assuming everything's in stock as planned, a full roll of the Basic Beige Classic ribbon, a full package of these pearlized faceted circles, which all of us are using on our projects, and then a half a pack of this beautiful paper, which my paper is stuck together here. It's just a really, you can't really see a lot of it, but there's some bits and pieces of it. So it's just a really pretty floral paper with some, has some, whatchamacallit, gold foiling in it as well. So I thought I would share or put together a project using those things today. And I just realized that I don't know that I have any adhesive up here. Oh, well, I have my green glue, so we'll use my green glue. I have a refill, but I don't think I have the holder. I finally have my refill in stock. I got some more adhesives, and I don't think I grabbed a holder for it because that was downstairs with my crop stuff. I haven't put all my stuff away from this past weekend. I was at the Just Scrap and Crop with Suling Geraldo, and I have not unpacked because I need to take inventory and do an order for my next event in the beginning of March. All right, so I have, oh, and all of my tools are down there too. I don't even know where they are. Hopefully I have enough extra tools hanging around here. That will be okay. I thought I had another bone folder, but I don't see it. So I got scissors and regular scissors. I don't have a bone folder, so I just have to use that. Okay, so I'm starting with it's gonna bug me. I want a bone folder. Sorry, I'm very unorganized today. Well, I'm gonna have to live. Sometimes I use like my scissors or something. There we go. Okay. So, hi Diane. Oh, Sedona, I'm jealous. Nice and warm, Diane. Hi, Susan. I'm going to grab a piece of this patterned paper. This suite is actually, or this bundle that I'm using, which I didn't even show you. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is the bundle that I'm featuring, one of the two, besides the Woolly Friends, that's being featured in our craft along later this month. This is the one I'm going to use for today. But it's actually part of a larger suite, so it's a double suite. So that's the one we're looking at here with the flowers and the stamps here. And then it also pairs with this. So I went ahead and cut out a piece, a die cut with this, because I love these labels. Those are going to be really fun, just for today's card. If we do any, actually none of us used that on our projects for the craft along, but anything that's not part of the bundle, we will die cut for you. Otherwise, you'll need to die cut them if we use any of the flowers, that kind of stuff, which I did not, but I don't remember if any of my friends did. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some of this paper. I did a card with this for card class, so there's some bits and pieces. I love this little, see how it's so fun? It's just kind of got some great florals and then some great, like, lesser bold things. Not quite so bold. Like, I love that one, too. So you can see some really great paper. I actually really like this one. I might use this. Although, I was going to stamp a flower, so I don't know. Maybe we'll use something a little softer. Maybe something like that. I love these, too. Like, actually, fussy cutting these would be really cute. I know, not everybody likes to fussy cut. But, what am I going to say? I like it. Alright, so I already have that one. I still really like this one. I like this, too. That's kind of pretty. It'd be kind of cool to do like a gold foil, like use this as the background and then do a gold foil sentiment, but those are way over on the other side of the room, so we're not going to do that today. I think I'm going to use one of these three for my background. And this is the label that I was going to plan to use and like stamp a flower and maybe color it. But maybe I'll just use one of these because that's really pretty. And if that's the case, I'm going to go with the green background. So let's go ahead and cut this at our standard size, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And like that. Alright, so then we'll have this here, like so. And then I'm thinking this will be popped up. Maybe some twine or some of the ribbon on the back there would be good. Let's do that, actually. I'm just going to commit. What did I do with the ribbon? Oh, here it is. Let's just do a little bit of ribbon here on the side. Okay. All right. Hi, Paula. Still, Ohio. Hopefully you're warm out there. Warm in relative terms. I don't want to know what the temperature is for Diane in Arizona. Like I said, it's actually really nice out today in terms of New England weather right now. It's 25 today, earlier. I think it's going to get up to 31. But I will say our walk was very comfortable. It was not cold at all. And I only had one layer on. When we were packing up from the crop this weekend, oh my word, it was like minus 16 degrees with the wind chill factor. So it was a chilly one. Alright, so I'm going to just use my liquid glue, because again, I have no idea where, whoops, I went off the page a little. No idea where all my adhesives and stuff are. I still need to unpack. I need to do an inventory on all my kits and what I need to order more of and all the things, so I haven't unpacked it yet. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tape this down, make sure this is straight before I seal the deal here. So there we go. Then I'm going to use dimensionals for the back of this, and you know what? I think I only have, oh, I have mini ones. We'll use the minis. I thought I only had the black ones, but I'll just use these because I can use the edges. Alright, so now I'm thinking I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And then we're going to use one of those flowers. I'm not sure. I might stamp this or something, though. So I'm going to just, for now, let's just do this. I'm thinking... I'm just looking at which flower I want to use. This is like a good full one. It's kind of large though, but I was thinking more of this one. It's got that weird little flower out the edge, but I think I can make it work. So let's just do that one because I think the size is better. I know, I'm cutting into this gorgeous paper right in the middle, but don't worry, you get 2 sheets of each. Of each pattern, which is good. Alright, so I'm going to just do a quick fussy cut around this. And I don't know, I know this doesn't have a die cut for these because the flowers that are part of this bundle are like 3D flowers. So they're really cool. I just don't have all my supplies here. So I'm afraid to try and make something with those. Although maybe we'll do that in another video because it is really cool. And I would like to show you how to make those too, because they are beautiful. This bundle is really great for, like, the paper too. I mean, I feel like the paper can be used for anything, but the bundle itself is great for, like, weddings and celebrations and that kind of thing. But we can always mix and match our stamps and our sentiments, right? Alright. I don't know if you can hear my dog, but she's snoring over there. I brought her bed into our room. Well, this was supposed to be her craft room bed, but shortly after I bought her fancy little Sealy bed for my craft room, her other bed that we've had for a while kind of fell apart in the dryer. So the new bed that I bought for the craft room went into the other room. So now we need another new bed for her. For this room. Alright, so there's our flower. And I was just kind of thinking it could go sort of on the bottom here. Yeah, I want it this way. Like that. But we're going to want some sentiment or something here. More snow, I know, right? We're not supposed to get as much, I don't think, as you're going to get. I set a coating to 1 inch for us, which I can handle. But I'm done with shoveling. I'm ready for spring. Although we've got a long ways to go, I think, still. Alright, so I think I'm going to do... we could do a wedding one. To the happy couple would fit right and nice in there, which could be an anniversary as well. So maybe I will do that. So I'm going to just grab a block. And I think I've told you guys this trick before, but it's always good with your photopolymer stamp sets to put them face down on your desk and then pick it up with the block rather than doing this, especially with words, because we tend to like stretch them when we put them on. So if we put them on this way and pick it up with the block, you are more likely to have a nice, clean, crisp, non-distorted image. Sorry, I was trying to think at the same time. I was looking for my Calypso Coral ink, and I know I brought that to do the baby album, so that's downstairs. So we might just have to do, let's just do Early Espresso. That's a good color. It's not black, but it's nice and dark, so it'll be a good sentiment color. Alright, so I'm going to do To the Happy Couple. Okay. Ooh. Alright, I gotta be careful because I got extra ink in there. Let's not mess it up. Alright, so I'm gonna just go ahead, stamp that. Perfect. It's a little light, but it will work. I could actually go over it a little bit with my Stampin' Write marker. Alright, so now that's gonna go there, and this will go here, and that will be popped up. I feel like we need something else, so how about some leaves? That will be good. Do we have We don't have leaves on that one, but we have these little guys. And I do have old olive. So let's do some old olive leaves. If I can find... Are you kidding me? I don't have any old olive paper. I think that's packed too. Alright. Well, let's see if I can find some scraps here. Oh, here we go. I have a little piece here. Thank goodness. Not only is it Thursday throwdown, it's Thursday, like, scavenger hunt, too. Alright, so I'm going to do some leaves. All my good blocks are packed, too. I think I'm just going to do one set of these. So we'll just add this here. And then we'll grab the old olive. And we'll ink that up. Again, there's no dies for these, so I'm just going to fussy cut them. These are pretty easy to fussy cut. So we'll stamp that. And you haven't impact either, Deb. Good, I'm glad I'm not. It was very, very cold. Yeah, not fun. Most of my stuff is downstairs still. I did bring all of the, like, display stuff up, because that gets stored in my eaves. So if you watched my craft room tour, there's, like, 2 eaves on either side of my room. So all of the, like, display stuff, like my bookshelves, my baskets, bins, all that stuff is stored in the eaves right next to my desk. And then, like, my bags and, like, mostly just my bags, even my games from virtual retreats and stuff, that kind of stuff is on the other side, stored in there. So I was able to put all of my display stuff away, but like all my kits, I have to go through them and see how many I have left and see what's sold and see which ones I need to order more of. And so that's just easier to do before I drag it all upstairs and spread it all over the floor. So I'll spread it all over the living room. And then, actually, most of it's in the dining room right now, because we don't really use that room very much, except for, like, holidays. We don't sit and eat at the table, unfortunately. But, yeah, so I will spread everything out down there, and then go through it all and see what I'm missing. So, alright. Kind of going at this backwards, and it's weird. Alright, let me get the rest of this part off here. I have a hard time cutting this way, apparently. I want to go the other direction. This way. Alright, so there we go. Got that. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of stick that, I think. Well, I don't want it hanging off the edge because then I can't put it in my envelope. So we'll do it this way. There we go. Okay. And then, I don't know. I feel like maybe... Do I need something else? It's got these little things, but that's weird. I could maybe add a little bit of this in, and of course petal pink. I don't have petal pink right now either. But I could use my markers. Let's see. Let's grab these. And I'll grab a little, all my blocks are missing too. So this is the only, oh wait, I got more over here. We'll use this one. I'm going to use my petal pink Stampin' Write marker. So we don't have Stampin' Write markers anymore, unfortunately. I'm going to test this though. I have a scrap piece of paper right here. So let's, so you can use, if you have these, which many of you do, I think, you can use the side of your Stampin' Write marker to color directly onto your stamp. It doesn't work as great with the photopolymer, I have to admit, which is probably why they got rid of the Stampin' Write markers. And we have the alcohol markers now, which are amazing, but sometimes I still want this technique. I would just use my ink pad normally, but as mentioned, my ink pad is MIA at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe, let me tape this together first. Where's my glue? So I'm going to just use a little bit of glue here. Okay, and we'll put these together. Right about there looks good. So let's put that down. Now those will be attached, and then I can take this off the card, and this is going to go kind of like right here. So I want to add a little bit of this little greenery, pinkery, because it's going to be pink. This pinkery we're going to put in there. So there we go. Okay, and then I'm thinking I'll put one like right in here. Like that. And then I'm thinking I'll have one here and maybe one coming out right there. So let's just sort of, just kind of filling in that little bit of white space a little bit. The key with doing this, if you have Stampin' Write markers, is to use the side of the marker, not the tip. Otherwise, you're going to ruin the tip of your marker. And then when you go to color, it won't be fun. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put one kind of right along, whoops, right along this edge here. Like that. And then I'm going to put one like kind of right in that little hole there too. And then I think I'll be happy. Alright, so I'll do this, make sure I got all the spots, because this one's going to show more than any of the others, I think. There we go. Alright, and so I'm thinking kind of right about there. Perfect. So then that will kind of add a little bit more depth to that one. And I'm going to just tape this down flat. I'll just use the top part because it kind of falls off the edge. So we're just going to kind of stick that so it's right in between there. That, whoops, that looks good. Whoops, kind of covered the E a little bit more than I wanted to, but you get the idea. Alright, and now we can go ahead and put this on with some dimensionals. I'm going to use the edges because they're a little bit more substance than the minis. Waste not, want not, my friends. I use all the parts of my dimensionals. So we're going to just add some of these here. I'm going a little crazy here. Does that? It does. Let me just add a couple of the actual mini ones here, just to keep that from sagging. Alright, and now we'll attach this to the card. We, of course, will need some bling. My little tool thing is in one of my bags downstairs, I think. And I could really use a little Wink of Stella on that flower. I don't think I have another one up here. Alright, so let's put this here. Okay, making sure it's not hanging off the edge of the card. Perfect. Cute, but see, like a little Wink of Stella on there, or the leaves. That would be nice. Alright, now we're going to grab some of these. Oh, my Take Your Pick tool is downstairs too. Goodness gracious. I was trying to get through email just before. That's how I was late getting on, is because my inboxes are out of control. And so I got waylaid and sidetracked and forgot about what time it was. Let's do the pinky ones, I think, and we'll do a larger one and a smaller one up top here, like that, and then a larger one down here. And then I definitely think just adding a little bit of Wink of Stella to that will be really pretty too. But you can see there's gold in there too, so you could, actually that would be really cool. If I had all the stuff, doing this in gold would have been really, really pretty. But my embossing stuff is actually behind the grid thing behind me, so it's just a pain to go get now. But if I had thought of it in advance, that would have been really cool to emboss this in gold. It would have been a fancy, super fancy wedding card, which we usually want, right? So there you go. I know Wink of Stella is a great little addition to any card. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, there's still time to catch us for the craft along. It's going to be me, my friend Karina from Canada, Candy from Texas, Kim from, I don't know where Kim's, I know she's on the East Coast, I don't know where she's from, and then my friend Lori from Arizona. So we're all Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. We're each doing 2 cards featuring the Woolly Friends, one with the Woolly Friends and one with this Simply Beautiful bundle. And you'll get the kit for all 10 cards. So you'll be able to craft along with all 5 of us using the kit. So you can either use the product, oops, sorry, the dog. You'll either use the product you have on hand, or you can add the bundles in the registration process if you prefer. All right, my friends, that's what I had for you today. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay warm, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.